Hi, my name is Anthony, and this is Empyrea Pictures, and we are a media and production company. We focus on a lot of videography and photography, and today I'm going to show you guys, kind of walk through how we shot this music video for a good friend of mine, George, with a budget of about $1,000. So, yeah, should be fun. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of just chilling at a park. I don't know, I think I'll do something chill today and just kind of go over the music video and kind of like how everything came into reality. So I figured I'll take you guys through the whole thing and we can kind of get into it now with pre-production. So the way this video started honestly was my friend George is a musician. He does rap music in Western Sydney, and I was really hungry for a new project coming off a project we just filmed for Oho Studios. So I just reached out to him and I was like, yo bro, I have a concept. Do you think you have a song that works for this kind of music video? I know that's not really the way you should do it. However, at the time, I was so hungry, I just wanted to get something out there. So we went over a couple songs, and then we found one that actually we were gonna do before me and you. And we had a lot of production done for that one, and then a couple weeks out, we decided to change it to the Me and You music video, which you guys see now, link in the description. And as you guys can see, the song that we chose matches my storyboards and mood boards a lot better than what originally was gonna be. I forgot the song, but that's okay, we got Me and You, so that's all that matters. So now that we figured out the song, I figured it was time to get into pre-production. So with pre-production, I really wanted to treat this one like my biggest shoot yet, and I do think I walked away of this production, of this being my biggest shoot I've done as a director. So, you know, I figured I would get the best people I know, crew that I was very comfortable with and where I could speak my mind. So I got all my friends, I'll put all the names in the description, very talented people, you should go check them all out. And essentially, I just started planning. So me and Callum, the OP, and Milan, the gaffer, kind of just got straight to work and started talking about the storyboards and the locations. And the thing about this music video that I thought was really interesting was the locations. I really wanted to show off this like grungy, cool effect of like Nathania, that's the girl in the video, kind of like flirting with George in these really unique locations. And one of the locations that we actually chose that I'm really lucky we got was this plane hangar. How we got the plane hangar is my friend Gerald works at this plane hangar. So I kind of just like reached out and I was like, yo bro, do you think we can shoot something here? And he was down. And we'll get more into that later on when we get into the production side of it. Everything you see is free. Every location was just asking around. And that's what I think the biggest takeaway is if you're starting out in film, is you just ask your friends, ask around. And your biggest lifesaver in terms of like gear and props, I would say, is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is the best place to go if you are a videographer trying to get into more professional style shooting, and you can get the weirdest shit there, honestly. So I have like a whole bucket of things in my room now from just that shoot that I think I spent less than $100 on, of just a bunch of random props. So the production of this video was about 2 days, very similar to the Dylan music video. And originally I thought I could do it in 1 day. That was a complete lie. I'm so glad we decided to do 2 days. I think it was Callum that actually suggested it, and I'm really thankful that we actually pushed it for the 2 days. We would have not got the shots we needed in the first day, just so I have enough time at each location. However, we were in a rush, and a lot of that was because we chose a place called the Junkyard. And essentially, it's just a junkyard, but we saw another vision for it. We saw it as this playground for George and Nathania to kind of play around in these old memories throughout the music video. So with the junkyard, we kind of went there and took a bunch of pictures way before production, just to kind of get an idea of like where we were actually going to shoot the scenes and kind of come up with ideas. We have a lot of shots that we actually didn't put in the music video purely because they just didn't fit, or it just felt sloppy or awkward at the time. One of them was including playing golf. Another one was they were pushing each other and we kind of clamped our camera, the FX3, to this like little bicycle thing. And it looked cool, but it just did not make sense in the video. Made sense in pre-production, but not the video. And then Another location we did was my studio. We just did a backdrop, black backdrop, classic black and white scene. There were almost scenes that I wanted to chunk in there, which is kind of a downer. When you're shooting music video, you should probably limit yourself to around 8 to 12 shots, I would say. But I think we had like 20 plus, which was, even though it was in a span of 3 days, it's still a lot. So the first location we did was a junkyard. We spent majority of the day there. I believe it was from like 10 to 3. And as you can see in all this BTS stuff, we kind of just shot a lot of it with just natural light. I think there was one shot where we actually had some sort of diffusion. The shots at the junkyard were very important to me, as I really wanted to showcase this kind of like false reality that George is imagining him and Nathania, the actress in the video, in. They're kind of in this world that doesn't exist anymore. Everything around them is dead. However, they're still alive in this world and roaming around. He's kind of suppressing these emotions of kind of like, me and you is always causing problems. The lyrics in the song, about this toxic back and forth between these two people. So having a place like that, it looked great, and it kind of told the story a bit better, especially with Milan. There's a scene when he's wearing a suit and they hit a jackpot, and the reason I wanted him wearing a suit is kind of a false reality, like everything's a kind of a game in a way. And I like it. I think it came out really well. Shout out to Joe for the effects on the hammer. He really killed it in that. And then after the junkyard, we had to rush really fast because we were actually rushing for time, because the hangar, we only had about 2 hours at the hangar, and that was something that we knew we were going to have. However, we didn't know the issues we were going to occur when we get in there and we saw the lighting situation. So after the junkyard, we rushed straight back to my place, and then we shot, I think in under 2 hours, the black and white sequences. I think there was only about 4 shots for that. We did 2 takes for each. Pretty fast, pretty simple, and it came out really good. It was probably one of my favorite moments of the whole music video, my favorite sequence, and I just really wanted to shoot it in 3x2. I know you can't really tell because it's in black and white, but I don't know, I like it, it's my style. This video is probably gonna be 3x2, and then, there, I think we had 2 lights. We had 2 key lights, and I think we had 1 down light, I believe. And then we had to rush really fast to the hangar where we met up with my cousin, James, John T, who was on the Steadicam. Angus was already there, obviously, and Joe left and Nathania left. And this was the money shots. Everything we were gonna get here had to be the most important shots in mankind for this video, and it paid off. But the problem was, we only had 2 hours, and we asked Gerald if we can get an extra hour. He agreed, and we spent the first hour, I think, just setting up lights. I know that doesn't sound that intense, but when you only have 3 hours and you have, I think, 5 shots, especially Steadicam shots, you need to fucking lock in. So after we set up all the lights, we instantly started getting shooting, and this was the first time in my entire career, where I actually did feel like a director. Me and Callum were synced. We had the tablets, we had the monitor. I was looking at it, he was looking at it. We were kind of talking to each other without even speaking, just a lot of directions and actions where he can tell Jonty the best positions and angles that I want and the movements. And there was one Steadicam take that was my favorite take of all time, and you could even just post it honestly as the music video itself. That's how good it is. After we did all the Steadicam stuff, Jonty was out, and we had about like 20 minutes. I think actually we were over time. I lied. But there was this one shot that I really wanted to recreate from the Brutalist. I think we weren't going to do it, and then Angus stepped in and kind of convinced us to do it and kind of really pushed for it, because we're here anyway, so 20 minutes can't hurt, and it's in the music video. It's very short, but it's really impactful. We did the same thing we did for the music video, where we sped up the song and we slowed it down in post, so it kind of looks like the sparks are on the screen and it's illuminating the whole screen. However, George's mouth is everything's in slow motion, and George is kind of like syncing his lips to the song, and it looks really smooth, and it's such a good moment. Shout out to Joe, who actually edited the music video. And then the second day came around, and it was a pretty relaxing day. There was only 2 locations. There was on the street, where we had to do this clam shot of this kind of POV of George holding this VHS camera, and we did my brother's apartment, where there was only 2 shots in the main living room, and there was the infamous and famous top-down shot that everyone liked so much that did not think it was going to be this popular, and everyone that I showed to really likes it. So essentially what you do is kind of similar to what I'm doing now. Is this on a C-stand, pretty high up, facing down, kind of like me. And then obviously we have this really silky red material that we put over them, which kind of really made the shot. The brightness of the red and the fabric too that I chose was a really good shout to myself. And then what you do is you attach your gimbal to, you attach a clamp to the end of the C-stand, and then you attach the other end of the clamp to your gimbal, which is facing down on the 360 mode, and then you remotely control it on your phone to just move in a 360 motion. And here's some BTS of that. I think Milan was holding a negative against the window, and Caleb and I were just kind of looking at the monitor, just making sure everything was good in focus. And then after that, we went down to the streets. We went to Haymarket, I believe, and we kind of just did a basic clamp shot. It's been done many times. You just clamp your camera to this old VHS, and then we just spent about 15-20 minutes walking around the streets, kind of doing some POV style stuff, where we just kind of like made it seem like George and Nathaniel were recording each other, and that was it. That was a music video. And I think the message I wanted to tell people with this video is, if you look at the first video we did with George compared to 1 year later, which is where we're at now, massive difference. And not only is that because of my hard work, it's also because of the team that contributed. And I'm gonna say other names now because they deserve it. Shout out to Milan, Callum, Angus, Joe, Jonty, James, Gerald, Costa, George, Nathaniel. Shout out to everybody. It's a team that I am really grateful for, and I really want to do more projects with them soon. It's a pretty chill day. Life is good right now, end of the year. We're going to start uploading more Empyrea podcasts, if you guys want to see those. They're more like a game show style thing, but it was pretty fun. 2026 should be a good year. A bunch of cool projects, leveling up. And yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'm gonna go and take a nap.